So hello guys, welcome back here to FoW Grand Prix Berlin. Now we're finally into the top 16, we got the Swiss rounds done. And yeah, I'm again joined by Ludwig here.
Hello, welcome.
So yeah, excited?
Yeah, immense. It's so fun, so good decks.
And I gotta say we have a pretty interesting top 16.
Yeah,
we have a bit
course.
of everything, it's pretty cool. We have obviously obviously most played ruler is Pharaoh.
Yeah,
but we have
expected.
Yeah, expected, but we have many different versions of
them.
Yeah,
of course.
Two aggro versions, two black-green versions, weird
three-color version,
blue,
and white, green. Yeah,
and the rest obviously a bit of Ayu, bit of Yggdrasil, bit of Lumia. One fox and one gill.
Yeah.
Also some spicy lists right there.
That's very interesting. Very diverse.
Yeah. Let's see what we got in this feature match.
In this feature match we got Sasha Jedlicka with Pharaoh. It's a black, blue and green variant against Pascal Fatzer with Lilias Petal.
Yeah, so right away pretty interesting deck here with Fox.
Yeah, of course.
So we can say not dead after the ban of the Griffin.
Yeah, it's just a well-played deck we see in top 16. So with first stone killing stone, it's very good for Pascal. And
we see a nameless mist here on turn 1 for Pascal. Sasha uses the energize to play the dreams.
Yeah.
See if he can counter that one.
It looks like he has a very good hand. So instead of that, he don't negate it.
Yeah, but Pascal has a Tama, will draw a card.
Yeah.
Not too shabby, but I would have liked to look at Sasha's hand. Would have been really good for him. So let's see what Sasha's working with. Cannot quite see what he's got in hand. Yeah, second off turn 1. It's pretty good for him, getting a bit of mana.
Yeah, of course. And now with the ban of Griffin, Lilias Petal or the Fox, don't judge until it's Kisune King is out, because you don't get your stones back, so you need a way to ram your stones in.
It's just way slower than it was before.
Yeah, of course. It switches in a more control build instead of the more flip aggro and Griffin version. Now it's more controlish.
We see some cards that are typical for this deck, like Beans Planting with Demonic Undead and all the small little resonators like Tama and Bird of Ataraxia to kill, to be sacrificed to the ability. Now we see a pretty interesting, pretty fast final battle for 600 life, but that will get Seren winded here by Sasha. Does not want to lose his mana dork.
No.
So now Pascal just passes back. Let him work.
Now with the blue stone, he get the ability to play Keys Call, Sasha Jedlicka. So that's a very good card against Pascal's Lilias deck. So if there's an Amit or a Manticore to come in, he can play Keys Call to negate the abilities and set down or set back the ability of Pascal to play cards, because he sacked one stone and 2 resonators.
Yeah, and that's what I thought, that Pascal has the second final battle in hand, because otherwise he wouldn't have used the first ones so aggressively.
Of course.
But that gets taken away with.
No, he lost already 2 final battle.
Yeah,
and that's very huge.
The rest of his hand seems fine as well. He got Lilias Petal, what I saw,
and little red.
Ah yeah,
so
and the little red.
He can sack it with another resonator to get 1 stone back.
Yeah. But there, Sasha plays a Flying Cloud. Pretty good card in Pharaoh, but
of course.
Just the Fox deck still has this flying
of course.
Manticore from
Divine Bird of Ataraxia.
So a lot of flying creatures to be able to block these flying big Pharaohs from.
So we see it's the Flying Cloud isn't that huge of a deal.
Yeah, but still adds a bit of power.
Yeah, of course, it's plus
and forces Pascal to block with flying creatures and not just with like something like Tam or something like that.
Yeah. So now Fox Spirit. So maybe it looks like he wants to judge because he don't get stone in.
Yeah, that seems like a possibility here
dealing
for
that much
Pascal.
damage as possible. So he can attack with the Tama, then judge, and then sack both Fox Spirit, getting with the ability black, and sack with Tama to deal turn damage and then get out some Chimera.
Yeah, I think he wants to keep the bird now that he knows that Sasha has this flying cloud.
Yeah, of course.
So he may want to keep this Divine Bird of Ataraktia to just save to have some blocker. But yeah, no.
Just tap for stone, okay.
Because setting yourself back to 1 stone is really slow in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
This would have set him so far back.
Yeah,
even if he gets 1 Manticore out or 1 Amit, doesn't do really much against the Judgment of Pharaoh or something like that. So
also in the actual board state, there isn't much to eat with Amit to get that huge amount of life. Or the only really good option for Manticore is to destroy the Flying Cloud or
that's
discard.
A possibility as well. Yeah,
that could be a good option, but I don't think that he will play it. Next turn, it's a good way to judge because of the little red. Yeah, you get a stone back after sacking her.
Yeah, so that's in the old lists with Griffin, most of the players drifted away from playing these little reds. Yeah. But now, obviously, that you do not have this ramp in the sideboard, you need the way to get back your stones. So little red is one way to do that. So
definitely. And also with the more late game deck now, you get to 5 stones to 7 stones. So little red gets also a buff or 4/3. And also, so she's 7/7 and also swiftness, so that she can attack in a turn she comes out.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good re-addition to the deck that was played before, but got a little bit forgotten, but now comes back. And yeah, so far Pascal did really good in this tournament, 6-2, got into the top 16. So yeah, the Fox deck has to be. Still alive.
Yeah,
still
of
alive,
course.
Yeah. Now
it's
a second
Fox Spirit.
And now the judgment will be used from Pascal.
Yeah, no judgment.
I'm curious what he wants to get here. If he wants to try to kill the commander with an Amit, or wants to take a look at Sasha's hand, or to destroy the cloud. That's the third option. So you got a few options here.
Yeah, of course.
That he can.
I think the best option would be to get Manticore to discard the hand.
Yeah, but still next turn there's just a judgment that will most likely happen. Then it's pretty difficult to get this commander off the board, and the commander is still a 7/7 body. So maybe we will see that one. But
so he's just attacking to deal damage, and then if there's a block announced, he can sack both with the Lilias Peter to get out his Chimera.
And now we'll see Sasha blocking.
So with the Fox Spirit block, I could believe he pay 0 to get a darkness.
Yeah, so he will turn it into a black resonator, then uses the ability of the Fox. So Sasha loses 1 life and Pascal gains 1.
So then 1 stone from Little Red.
Yeah.
So it enters the battlefield tapped. Oh, okay. So
yeah,
no
he got a second killing stone into play already, so it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And next turn we know he has this Kitsune King in play. So yeah, he chooses to play the Amit to get the commander off the board.
So he recovered the blue
I
stone.
think we will see a Key Skull here.
Yeah,
that's really good. That's really good for Sasha. He will just draw a card, so it protects his commander. And then I think he will judgment next turn.
Yeah, I think so.
To keep up with, because Pascal's board isn't that can be ignored.
Of course.
When the Amit is a 1500 beater.
Of course, that's a huge amount of power. And in the rounds after 2, 3 or 4 attacks, Amit could clear the complete board of Sasha, so he need to judge to get some big resonators out to buff his elves, and also could keep up with the Amit.
And also to protect his own resonators from further amids with
of course
counters from Pharaoh.
So if he tries to eat or to another big resonator, so you can get protect, so that he don't get any life from it.
But I think we are in Sasha's draw step already, because he used the Kitsune King, and Pascal was thinking about using the ability of Fox again.
Yeah.
Now Sasha drew a card and he's thinking about it again, so
it could be a Manticore.
Either Manticore or another Amit.
Yeah.
To try again to kill this commander. I think he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
But on the other way, he just sets himself again back to 2 stones. Obviously, next turn he can just start getting stones. Just start calling stones again.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, now he's back to 2 stones. But he still uses the ability, so let's see what he
think
he
he want
Amit.
another
Amit
again.
Just to get
so
the
he
commander
can't
off.
Yeah, so he can't keys call again if there is a keys call in his hand.
Yeah.
But
so
now he get a 700 life from the first Amit.
Just gain a bunch of life.
So now it's the board on Pascal is very huge with 215 meters.
Yeah, and we know the last Sasha knows the last card from Pascal. It's the Lila's Petal Kitsune King that he saw from the Nameless Mists. So now he can be pretty safe about his place now that everything gets in that direction that he wants it to go. So I'm pretty curious what he wants to do now. If he just wants to jump with these little elf tokens, or want to establish some board presence.
The best way would be to get Final Battle out, and then Judgment, for example, because he has already 5 will, because of 3 stones, 1 Sacred Elf and 2 elf tokens to tap.
So he has a lot of mana, so
of course. And so with 3 Judgment and then Final Battle, so you clear the board and also get a board state on your side of the field.
I think clearing the board is okay, but also he has to think about just not dying from just random 3 killing stones effects.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe paying the full 30 life is a bit much, but he uses a Final Battle, pays 1 extra mana, and Pascal just knows that this is really, really bad for him.
Yeah. So now how many life he will pay?
I think he will pay 28. 28 life.
14, so
expected. So he
15 minus 15 on the board, and with no killing stones open, he can't sack. But he drew with the Divine Will of Attractor.
He will draw a card, but still. Now Sasha has 3 mana left if he wants to Judgment now and start getting in for some damage, and that's what we're gonna see here. Just flipping Pharaoh, getting some power onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
And that's what I mentioned. Now Sasha Pascal only has 2 stones, so this Kitsune King does nothing in his hand.
Yeah, of course.
So he has to draw something with these 2 draws, for the one from the bird and the second one from the draw step. Now he has to draw something really, really good.
And with no cards on board and only 1 in hand that aren't playable, it's a very bad position for Pascal.
So Sasha is really in favor in this game.
Yeah.
So but Tama, it's a good start, just getting more cards. But again, now the Flying Cloud's just sitting there.
Another
Tama.
So it's okay.
Yeah. But he really needs some flying blockers.
Yeah, of course.
Especially for next round, to just survive this Flying Cloud that's sitting there since turn 1.
Yeah. And also with no killing stone on Pascal's side, he needs to dig another turn in, hoping to get a killing stone.
Yeah, if he doesn't get a killing stone next turn, I believe he's just dead.
Yeah, it should be over. But maybe he get a killing stone in. He has 3 in, because he sacked 2, but get 1 in with the Kitsune King.
So first we'll see a attack here from
and another final
battle on top. It doesn't do much. He's just 500 life, only 3 stones. So after that, I think just Sasha really wants to block with this Tama because he knows that next turn those Tamas will be dead to the final battle.
Of course.
Now the Pharaoh obviously gets in for 1000 damage.
Yeah.
Because of the flying cloud that's sitting there.
So now it's just he pings from 100. Okay.
Maybe wants to bait Pascal into something, but yeah, I think just want to keep this Tama for now. It can always shoot something down.
Yeah,
with it.
of course. And also, for example, Sasha attacks. He want to block with Tama, then say, okay, Bev.
Yeah, he also has his counters here, right?
Yeah.
I just
but
forgot
also
those.
Tama can sack on the counter to the token, so he need to eat 2 tokens.
Yeah, but that's not that important. I think just
no.
Yeah.
So now it's very important for Pascal to set up a board to get killing stones, black resonators, and the chimeras out on the field.
Ooh, but another commander, that's a pretty good one. But he got a dream, okay, so he will save himself from that one.
Oh,
but okay. Sacred Elf is not that good.
Not that of pressure again.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's one more green will he can produce to cast final battle, for example, for all his stones.
Yes, yeah. So we know about
and
this.
There's the killing stone.
He got the killing stone, so maybe there is a way for himself out of this game. But he got it. Oh, and the second Lilia's Petal. Oh, that's
very good.
So Sasha had this last card was the dreams, but Pascal drew a second Lilia's Petal.
Yeah.
So now we may see
a very good comeback.
There is a possibility for Pascal to deal these last 500 points of damage.
Yeah, of course. And also with Kitsune King getting 1 stone if a Chimera enters the battlefield. So he can...
I think he only has one fox left in his deck. See, most likely he should play all the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays all the 4, so...
He
already played 2.
Yeah.
So I believe the last one is the one in his hand.
So Foxbird getting black resonator too, so sacking 2 2s.
Yeah. So he will use the Fox ability.
I think Amit, just because of no cards in hand. Maybe Manticore to destroy Flying Cloud. Could be also, but
I think that's what he's gonna do, because this Manticore now is also setting up lethally for him next turn.
Yeah, and also
he gets a second killing stone. So yeah, there's the fox. I believe that was in his hand. So and now it's looking pretty good so far for Sasha again, because this Manticore is killing Sasha next turn. So if he does not finish off Pascal this turn, he might be just dead.
Yeah, of course, because just of the count of killing stones with 100 life loss every turn he sacks. So there's
that kill pressure is also still
of course. In the long term, also he could shuffle killing stones back in the Magic Stone deck. So with all summon from chimeras, Kitsune King get 1 stone and killing stone deals 1 damage. So it's more or less a 4 turn clock. On Sasha Jedlicka, so that he need to finish in 1 or 2 turns the game instead of losing in 2 killing stones.
So he decks with Pharaoh, reveals a Key's Call from the top of the deck.
Yeah. That's not that bad, but
just a turn too late, I think.
Yeah.
If he had it last turn and had enough mana to cast it to counter the Manticore ability,
that would be very good.
Would have been pretty good for him, but now Pascal really has himself he has to watch out to also not die this turn, because Sasha has a lot of power on the battlefield. But
it looks like he is trying to block or to sack. He sacks the Kitsune King.
The Fox ability again.
Don't know why he sacks him. So he don't get another stone out.
Yeah, but it's just the last resonator he has. He really wants to keep this Manticore on the board.
Yeah,
Amit. Now we see an Amit
to get a counter down.
Yeah, so he saves himself something like 300 damage, and he gets a really good blocker out.
Yeah, of course. And also he need two counters to let him survive. And then now Pharaoh's only at one counter. Yeah, of course.
So he saves his Pharaoh. Takes with the little one. I think the rest from Sasha's attacker will just get through, because this Manticore is for now enough for Pascal to seal the first game.
Yeah, of course.
In his favor.
So he really need a flying cloud out. So he just attacking. And so
there he concedes the game.
This of course.
Wow, that was a really
intense
good comeback.
Yeah, of course.
This second Mitsune King from the Dreams was huge.
Was the game changer.
That was really wow. What a fun match for the first round here.
I didn't expect it. The good comeback from Pascal.
Yeah, that was really well played.
Impressive.
Yeah, really good.
He has no board. And one card in hand, it's a Kitsune King with 2 stones, he can't get it out, and then on the 4th stone...
Filled us a bit with Tamas and gets exactly the cards he needed to be able to seal this first game in his favor.
Very good. Yeah.
Really good here. So let's take a look what these players have in the sideboard.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Pascal first, because obviously it's a lot shorter than
of course.
Normal sideboards. We had the
with only 7.
Four Manticore, 4 Amit.
Yeah. So with only 7 spots less, there's an 4 Umbra, 2 Pharaoh spell, and 1 Abdul Al Hazred. I think maybe the Pharaoh spell, because it's good account counter. But I don't think maybe Umbra. But it only deals 600 damage, so it's
Umbra
not that much important.
I think Umbra is just more for these aggressive matchups where you have to kill something like Sylvia or anything that dies the 600 damage, or also Abdul to remove
definitely
Abdul.
In the mirror match or in other control matchups where Abdul is struggling.
Yeah, and the Abdul doesn't seem to be that amazing as many could think about it.
I don't.
To deny some tokens from the commander or the trigger from Pharaoh.
Yeah, of course.
But that doesn't seem to be like what he wants. So I think the only thing he's thinking about is these 2 Pharaoh spells.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, what I see, he's just siding out 2 cards. What I see from here
was the only good spell or the only good sideboard card in his side deck.
Yeah.
But Sasha Elika with 4 Scorn of Dark Alice. That's a very good card against him to discard his Kitsune Kings, his Fox Spirits,
discarding these
and all the good resonators.
These important, bit cost heavier resonators.
Yeah, and also Unseen Pressure is very good against the all low cost. I think no resonator in his deck except of Lilia's Petal against Kitsune King and Abdul are more than 400 attack. So I think every creature he want to get out will die to Unseen Pressure.
Yeah, and he could think about this Amansulus fighter.
Yeah, because
just
of the protection.
Just has protection from Amit, so that's a thing he could bring in, but it
just
also doesn't seem to be particularly good, because it's not that big that it can fight against something like an Amit, which is just way bigger than this. So
I think the best options are 4 Scorn and 3 Unseen Pressure.
Yeah.
So I think we will see a matchup between 2 Pharaoh spell get in and 7 cards on Sasha.
Yeah, something like that. So yeah.
So after shuffling,
both players have some options here.
Yeah,
so
of course. Because of the reduced sideboard from Pascal, because of the 8 chimeras he play. He don't have that much of a toolbox in the sideboard, but I think he get the best choices in against all the meta decks right now. And with Sasha Elika with 15 sideboard card, I think he has also the best choices with Scorn and Unseen Pressure.
Yeah. So I will see how the second game will go. Believe Sasha wants to start. Can't quite see
it looks
yet.
like that he want to start the game.
Yeah, he will start.
So he don't want to get Fox the first stone, so he can dig deeper in killing stones, because of the killing stones are the important thing in this deck to get the game on.
Yeah, sure.
So FoW also is good at first player and don't want to get Fox Spirit or Fox the first stone.
Yeah.
So he can't, because the other stones don't do that much in the deck, because he can just play resonators, counter a bit, and that's so. But with the judgment of FoW, you can cheat in some big creatures, and so that's impressive against the judgment from Lilias Petal.
Yeah. So now first turn Sacred Elf, pretty good. Just getting a bit more mana for turn 2.
Of course.
Also maybe keeping up dreams for Pascal's turn.
Yeah. So with 1 stone, but not the killing stone, he plays, I think,
Tama.
Tama. Okay, yeah, that's not that bad. So he can draw in 2 cards.
Just digging a bit through his deck.
And also the first 2 turns are not that important.
No, we'll see a true Ghostblade being used here by Sasha at end of turn with this Sacred Elf to get rid of this Tama.
Yeah. So another Nameless
now we
Mist.
see a Nameless Mist.
Is a very good card.
Taking a look at Pascal's hand.
So it's Nameless Mist. Nameless Mist, Final Battle, Severing Winds, Divine Bird of Attracted Tama, and Demonic Undead.
The Demonic Undead he really does not want to see in his hand.
That hurts very much because of
good.
It's a 3/3 for 1 black, 1 colorless. So that's very expensive for the amount of power.
Yeah, it's just not a good body. Just
of course.
Mostly useful because of his obvious effect to bring him back from the graveyard over and over again to have something to sacrifice for Lilias Petal. But the rest of the hand, in my opinion, seems fine.
Yeah, of course.
Has a counter spell, has a bit of card draw to find his important cards, and like we mentioned, the deck, the Fox deck isn't that fast anymore, like it was before the ban.
Yeah, it's just more controlish, and it's a late game deck. So now the second stone, a killing stone, that's very good for Pascal.
Yeah, he knows now that he got one for sure.
Yeah, and so if he get a little red on the board or Kitsune King out, so he can sack the cards, so he gets stones anyway.
So Sasha brought in the Amazulus fighter.
So as expected.
To have a
barrier against the darkness abilities, so Amit can't eat the resonators or other removal spells in darkness except Final Battle.
Yeah.
So
but I think Sasha took the Final Battle out of Pascal's hand.
Yeah.
And now Pascal chooses to get the only card he can take, but it is a counter spell, so gets that one out of the way. Now plays a Tama, knowing there's no Severing Winds. Draws a card and most likely will just pass back to Sasha.
Yeah, of course. And so after True Blade,
second Remnant will be used here. Just get rid of this Tama. Keeping the board as small as possible for Pascal.
Of course, so to pressure the opponent as much as possible. So maybe there's a turn 3 judgment.
No, I think
so that would be pressure the opponent. So he can, for example, as a tech choice, if he leaves Kreia in, he could judge Kreia and then get Sacred Elf or Spirit Collar Elf or Thorn. Or he can judge, for example, into Pharaoh Letoliel. If he want to judge.
So he's already thinking about it, not immediately calling a stone here, but I think he will call a stone. Yeah, just 2 stones is, I think, a bit too less. Not enough to get himself into a good position. Also, he's missing 1 color.
Also, with no pressure on Pascal, he can just build up his board and with resonators, so that he can attack with other resonators like Sacred Elf or so.
And he has the commander hand. We saw that one from the Nameless Mist, which is the most liked play here.
Yeah.
No, okay.
He chooses to fighter to get barrier from darkness.
Must have a resonator out that protects it himself.
Yeah.
From the most removal that Pascal is playing.
Yeah, of course, and also that's a very good card. And with 7/7, not that bad for 3.
Yeah.
With barrier on all elves, so also the J ruler get barrier and himself.
Yeah.
So so Amit can't eat him and then eat the other because of the lost barrier, but barrier also is on him.
Yeah.
So that's very good.
Amit is dead here.
Yeah, of course. It's if
yeah.
Amanzula's fighter don't get rid of the board, so it's just Amit is a dead card in the game.
So he plays a bird.
Now with the demonic on that, that's very bad.
Yeah, he has to get it out on the battlefield some point, so might as well just do now, because
you can block.
He knows that he has nothing else particularly good in hand. Also Sasha knows that as well because of the Nameless Miss.
Of course, and also with demonic on that on board, he can sack it or he can block and then get it engraved to recover it again and again and again. So he used the normal ability or the normal use on a demonic on that. So with I think Kitsune King to Sarang.
That's a really good hand from Pascal. He can next turn, if he wants to, he can uses the Energize to play out the Kitsune King.
Yeah.
And Judgment the Fox to start getting out some chimeras.
Yeah, of course.
So that was a really important draw for him.
Of course. And so with Manticore. And with Manticore he can discard a card in Sasha's hand, like Keys Call,
that's true.
Flying Cloud or other good cards, Final Battle, so that Sasha Edlica is placing down. Yeah,
Sasha will take the Pharaoh spell, leaving Pascal with 2 Sarang Winds in hand.
Yeah, and so buffing up his Amanzula's fighter that he gets an 8/8. And with 3, I think, the judgment
now,
straight into Judgment. So
he knows that next turn most likely will come. The Mitsune King will come out, and the chimeras will start to come around. But he chooses to get in. Yeah, I think that point of the game he just wants to go wide instead of go big.
Of course.
To go around these big resonators that Pascal could have.
Yeah, of course.
So I think there's also, especially when he has the second commander in hand, but just buffing his own elves by 2 power seems to be a pretty good deal here for him.
Yeah, and also with the taking on Pascal, he tries to get the damage on or to block the resonators. So demonic on that.
Yeah, just blocks here.
Yeah, but
saves himself for 3 damage basically.
Yeah, pays 5 to get it back.
And draws. Yeah, let's see what he wants to do here.
Did he could play it out because no counters open and no stones, so he can't counter with the Otherworld Dreams.
Yeah.
And because of the first spell this turn, it can't be Sarang Winded.
And it wouldn't matter that much for Pascal.
Yeah. He just need to play Kitsune King. Also, he get 2 Fox Spirits out of the deck. So that's more resonators in the game to block or to attack with.
Yeah, it's pretty tough turn here for him to decide what is the optimal play here to survive this big board Sasha has built up now.
Maybe he has a Final Battle in hand and want to use it.
The possibility is always there. Yeah, it's true. He plays 3 in 3, so pretty good chances to draw the second one.
Yeah. So I think also Judgment would be great, because now he got if he plays Kitsune King, he get 1 stone by sacking the creatures and get in a chimera. So that's not a lack of getting stones.
And
so
that's what he's gonna do. He's using the Judgment and right away using the Energize to get the Lilias, the Kitsune King into play, getting himself some resonators now. But the problem is now if he doesn't get Killing Stone with this Kitsune King trigger,
that
might be not that good. So I think what he probably could wait for Sasha's turn or Sasha's draw step to use the ability to be sure to
get 1 Killing Stone back in the deck.
Yeah, that's no, just getting in for 1 damage. It's just flying bird.
Yeah, so that he can't block it because of the flying ability. And
seems like he will use the ability. No, he will just attack.
So that he forces the opponent to block and then sack both.
Yeah, just
with the killing stone.
So he chooses to use the ability already in his turn, so drawing him a card.
So if he get the killing stone, that would be very impressive.
Yeah, that would be really good for him.
Because he can now sack it on Sasha Jedlicka's draw step again with the 2 Foxbird and get also a stone.
Yeah, and we will see a Manticore here.
Yeah.
Just taking a look at Sasha's hand.
And that's not killing stone, so that's not that good. And with
Pharaoh and that's why he got the commander.
Yeah.
Most likely because he sadly drew the Pharaoh.
Yeah. And that's not the best cards in hand to discard, because there aren't the good cards in hand. No final battle.
Yeah.
No counter card in hand, so that's.
Yeah, I think he will most likely take the commander. Yeah. Because the Pharaoh can just come back from the graveyard.
Yeah.
With all these
course,
tokens.
Yeah,
Sasha
of course,
has.
on board.
This is I think not a pretty difficult choice.
If he plays then commander instead of if he discarded the Pharaoh instead of the commander, he could play commander, tap the non-attacking commander and all the 4 tokens and get it back, and so that's the reason why he discarded the other card.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense here.
It's the best choice he could do.
So, but yeah, now he has another mana available. Thinking about using it now, which he will. Curious what wonder he has.
It looks like for 1 black because of counting down the counter on the stone. So maybe final battle.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
believe
thinking
so.
about as well.
Because he saw there is no counter in hand, no Soaring Wind.
Yeah.
He can cast the second spell.
Yeah, and
or the first spell for cheap.
And by his reaction, by looking at Sasar's board, I really believe it is a
It looks like he's counting how many life he need to pay to get rid of the board.
Yeah, and I think it's one of these standard numbers, like 16 or something like that, to get rid of basically everything except 1 resonator.
Yeah, maybe he
so
gets down to 4.
Okay. Yeah, he has to go down to something like 4.
So we will see if he don't show the card, but I think it's final battle.
Yeah.
And now he's thinking of which amount he want to pay, so that he can get rid of the optimal amount of resonators and the J-Ruler on board.
Now in this spot I don't think that he can get rid of everything he can't get by.
Yeah.
There might be a possibility that Sasha can keep 2 of his resonators.
So
let's see how much life he chooses to pay here.
So we will see. I think he let the J-Ruler survive and get rid of the others, but he needs to survive Amanzule, because he get barrier from darkness. So if he die, he's only a 1-off in his deck, so there gets Abid out and he can eat and save life.
Yeah. So I think
it's 22. I think 14. It looks like 14, because he was on 36 before paying and now he's on 22.
Oh, that does not seem.
So 14 2 counters.
Right.
2 counters goes up to 16, so he survived with 2 devil left.
Yeah.
It could be. And now with just rushing with Manticore.
So he will now shuffle in Sasha's turn. He will shuffle the Killing Stone back.
He could attack with the Manticore and the Kitsune King, or just end his turn because of the upkeep stones. Normally he could attack with Manticore and Kitsune King because of the 2 Foxbird open. He can block with them or sack them if he get next turn a Killing Stone.
Yeah, the Manticore just came in this turn, so
okay.
they couldn't attack. And also, think, you know, for by this from red position, Pascal seems to be fine for
Yeah, of course.
for now. Just having enough blockers for this Pharaoh. And I'm honestly not quite sure if the life totals are correct here.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, he will block with the Manticore.
Yeah.
Just the commander will.
Get
Ooh, and
out.
he got another commander, I think,
Yeah.
from the top of his deck. Is not
That's
too bad. Just brings the most creatures out
Yeah.
for him.
So now Pascal really need a killing stone, and that's now
didn't
killing
get
stone.
one. That's
That's sad for Pascal because he need his chimeras.
yeah.
For also with no Amonzule, so he had no barrier against darkness, so he need really much the Armid to eat his commander,
Yeah.
so he get life back and also smaller the field on the opponent.
Yeah.
So that's but it's a very interesting game. So Pascal don't lose yet, so he just has chances to get his stones and get back in game. So, but now it's just with Sasha in a leading position, but with only one counter on Pharaoh, it's not that big of a threat to Pharaoh because of the judgment.
Yeah, but I still think that the life total is not correct. I think Pascal should be at 2 life, because otherwise, if he just paid 14 life and gives -7 to the board, Sasha could have just used 2 counters from Pharaoh to save like the commander and.
I think he pays
yeah,
28 to get on 14.
Yeah, so
damage on board.
There might be a too much down at the life totals. So
and
I think that's the problem here, because now Sasha has 4 attackers.
And he can't.
And all of them are, after the commander attacks, are 2 power.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not quite sure here what is happening.
Yeah.
But these 2,200 seem to be
a bit. If he pays 28, I think he should be at 800 life because of 36 before. So he's now at 18 life, and then with the commander attack, it's a 2/2 token and get with the Pharaoh to a 5/5. So that wouldn't be also don't enough by attacking. And
Pharaoh attacks,
blocked by the Fox Spirit.
And I think he has a Ghost Blade. Yeah, there we see the Ghost Blade. But
it looks like Severing Winds hardcast.
Yeah, Severing Winds. Just we'll play it again from the graveyard.
So second Severing Winds on the True Blade. So
okay, no, so it seems to be correct. Everything will take the hit from the Elias Petal.
Yeah. So
maybe I missed something, I don't know, but everything seems to be fine now. Should be at the 15 life, I guess. Not many resonators. Okay, but he got this killing stone.
But with no huge resonators on board, it looks like he's paying for Kitsune King.
Ooh, there's second. Yeah, that's really good for him. And if he has both of the
Kitsune Kings,
Fox Spirits left, there he has both.
That's very good.
That's really good. And now he can start ramping up himself.
Yeah, he could get maybe Amit in, but that's the barrier from Pharaoh.
Yeah, but
also get 2 stones.
Yeah, it would bait out the last counter from Pharaoh, because there's only 1 left. What I see from here.
But also it could be a Manticore if they get a Flying Cloud next turn. One attacker with Flying Direct could deal enough damage. So maybe getting Manticore to discard the end card, or waiting to the opponent's turn and then get discard. So with the best play would be Amit. Try to eat the commander to get 1 counter bait. And then to get on the opponent's turn, if they're getting a Flying Cloud on board, the Manticore to destroy the Flying Clouds, so that he's safe.
Yeah, so Pascal has a few options again here.
Yeah, of course.
Like always with the Fox deck, pretty difficult deck to play.
But if he handles right, that's a very good.
Yeah, and so far, you know, it's pretty good. Doing pretty good here so
Yeah,
far.
of course.
And I believe, yeah, first day I believe just went 6-0. So
yeah,
so really good finish here for him so far.
It's very good.
Yeah, but he's really thinking about using the ability right away, and I believe. Oh yeah, and okay,
So
yeah, that's the demonic undead still in the graveyard. I forgot about that one. So yeah, he uses the Fox ability
and get 1 life back. So I think he will be playing Amit out to get the life or to bait the counter, and next time.
Okay, now he's at 300 life. I think they missed the damage from FoW.
Yeah.
Goes back up to 400.
So yeah.
Now we see the
Just
Amit and the killing stone.
That's
so
very
yeah,
good.
So I believe he has to use the counter, but
of course.
because going up to 1100 life again is just, yeah, I think now it looks really good for Pascal. He has just so much stuff on the board. So especially both two Kitsune Kings are just
of course
huge.
Yeah, and tapping 2, I think it could be a little red, and if there's a little red on board and the Fox Spirit sacking little red and killing stone, he get 100 life back and 3 stones, because 1 from little red and 2 from the Kitsune King.
And he can keep all his big resonators. He does not have to use one of the Lilia's Petal or the Amit for the second creature, for the second resonator. So it would be pretty good for him to just keep all those Kitsune Kings and these Amits onto the field.
Yeah, of course. It's very good. And also with the big attackers, 8-8, 8-8 and 15-15, it's very huge with no counters on FoW.
Yeah.
So that could be a very stable board. So it's
okay. It's another final battle. Most likely we'll just pay 1.
Yeah, pay 1 to get rid of
1
the
mana.
tokens.
Yeah, just get.
So he can attack with all of them.
Well, right. I totally forgot about that. He can just attack.
Yeah.
With his Kitsune King into the commander, getting rid of. Maybe combat is just also a way of killing something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that one. So yeah, it was really good turn for Pascal here.
Yeah, also getting down to 1 J ruler on Pascal on Sasha's side.
Yeah, and that honestly doesn't do a whole lot.
No, with no counters on it, and so
the Amit is just way bigger than FoW.
Yeah, of course.
So FoW is just basically doing nothing anymore, just maybe blocking, but that's it for him.
So if Sasha and Lika don't get out.
But there's the 3rd commander from Sasha.
But he's paying 1, it looks like the Otherworld Dreams.
Yeah,
Did he pay? No, he get the stone back to recover. Maybe sacking. So 1 Otherworld Dreams, and
because he knows that the last card in Sasha's hand is the FoW Reliant King. So that can come into play.
Yeah, of course.
From the Otherworld Dream. So just 1 mana counter commander. That's really good. And now it's looking really bad for Sasha.
Yeah, I think it's the game for Pascal, because of the leading position he has now, and can just discard the good cards he draw. For example, with the Manticore, and also getting back stones by Kitsune King, so he don't get out of stones.
So if he got another small resonator here, most likely play that we're in a town. Yeah, that's really good for him.
And he can dig deeper.
That will seal the game most likely, because now he can just attack with Amit, and for next turn pressuring, just setting up lethal for next turn. And
of course.
The draw step of Sasha before he untaps will most likely use the Fox ability to get rid of the card Sasha could possibly draw.
I would sack it right now.
Yeah, maybe he has something in mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see what he's going to do.
Maybe discarding the hand card, so he can't get a big resonator in.
Yeah, that's a
So 2
possibility.
stones,
So
2
yeah,
killing stones. That's
2
very
killing
good.
stones, so yeah, there goes Pharaoh.
But personally, I would sack it in the opponent after the opponent's draw phase. So if he draw final battle, that would be very good against him. So now,
yeah, but still final battle is I think not enough, because Sasha is only at 2100 life.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Sasha is just so far ahead in this game now. Also, just starting to attack with these Kitsune Kings.
yeah,
Because I believe they are 9/9. So if
think
Sasha blocks,
8, but I'm not sure.
yeah, but if Sasha, oh, okay, and Nameless Mist.
Okay,
and
that's it.
and there's another counter
Yeah,
spell. So
that's it.
there's the
Pascal
handshake.
won.
Pascal won 2-0
Yeah,
against
impressive with
Sasha.
Pharaoh without Griffin. So that
Yeah, that is just way more slow. Yeah, and okay.
with
Never
no
got
blue
the
stones,
mana.
he can't play Key's Call. But I don't think he see Key's Call in the whole second game. So
didn't. But yeah, it's another
That's-
thing that he just showed. He drew both the fighter and the Rallying King that he would more
want to
would
cheat
like to
in.
cheat in with the judgment.
yeah,
So a bit
that's
unfortunate
very
for Sasha here, but yeah, still Pascal, especially in the first game, this comeback was huge.
Yeah,
Second
of
Ki-
course.
Kitsune Kim just
very
was
impressive. And now
really
we have
good. Yeah,
and one of the important things, we have Fox in top 8.
yeah.
So
That's
I
pretty
didn't
fun,
expect
yeah.
it. I'm a bit excited about it.
Yeah, really.
And
This seems like a really fun deck
Yeah, of
to
course.
play, and also was fun to watch.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Very
Yeah.
well played, and
Yeah.
also very well piloted by
Yeah, that's
Pascal.
true. We give
All
him
the right
yeah, we have-
choices,
yeah.
and that's impressive.
He you can see that he really knows
Yeah,
what he's
of
doing
course,
there.
yeah.
He had to put some
Yeah, of course.
some time into this deck, but it looks really solid,
Yeah,
really
definitely.
good against the
Very
meta
well
right now.
tested.
Yeah, so pretty
Yeah.
fun round here.
Yeah, of course.
And now,
Of course.
for next round we are heading into the top 8. So it's getting exciting, more exciting every round now.
Yeah, of course.
Only 3 rounds left for this Grand Prix here.
Yeah, and with all the diverse decks there are here, Yggdrasil, now Lilia's Petal
Yeah.
in top, definitely a Pharaoh, and
Yeah.
also maybe Lumia. We
Yeah.
will see.
Yeah, we will see how many different decks we will see
Yeah,
in the
of
top
course.
8. Yeah, but for now I think that's it for the first round of the
after
top 16.
Top 16 and
And
now.
yeah,
we
we'll
will
see you in
head
the top
to-
8, guys.
Yeah.